And now, your Southern Maryland business news at 10.
Good morning. I'm Yvette Turner, Lead Business Engagement Specialist at the Tri-County Council for Southern Maryland, and thank you for joining us at TCC SMD's Best on Tuesdays for Southern Maryland business news you can use. In today's headliners, Maryland unemployment rate remains among the lowest in the nation. Diving into the latest developments in the state's job market, fresh data from the U.S. Department of Labor's Bureau of Labor Statistics has just been released. And according to the latest, Maryland's unemployment rate saw a slight uptick, rising from 2.2% in December to 2.3% in January. Despite this increase, Maryland continues to boast one of the nation's strongest labor markets by having the third lowest unemployment rate in the nation. The report indicates a positive trend in job creation, with a notable increase of 6,800 positions across various sectors. Among those experiencing growth are the public sector, leisure and hospitality, private education, and health, manufacturing, and financial activities. However, it's important to note that the unemployment rate doesn't provide a complete picture of Maryland's workforce. Many individuals, including discouraged workers and those ineligible for unemployment benefits, aren't accounted for in these statistics. Despite these complexities, this news brings promise for Maryland's businesses. There are job seekers actively looking for employment, and Maryland business owners are encouraged to continue to strategically market their openings to attract skilled individuals eager to contribute to their success. Next up, Hoyer secures over $11 million in funding for 5th District priorities in the fiscal year 2024 appropriations bill. Congressman Steny H. Hoyer played a pivotal role in passing the 2024 fiscal year legislation, securing a substantial $11,304,279 in community project funding for priorities in the 5th District. This funding follows Congressman Hoyer's successful efforts in the fiscal year 23, where he secured over $16 million for critical projects in the 5th District. The Senate approved the legislation, and it now heads to President Biden's desk for final approval. Under the fiscal year 2024 funding bill, Congressman Hoyer facilitated a comprehensive process allowing each member of Congress to submit up to 15 community funding project requests for their district. He actively sought community input through his website and submitted 15 impactful projects to the House Appropriations Committee. In his statement, Congressman Hoyer emphasized the significance of this funding deal, not only in averting a potential government shutdown, but also in securing vital resources for 15 community projects. These initiatives range from addressing food insecurities and homelessness to investing in infrastructure and enhancing the well-being of Maryland's children. The projects secured by Congressman Hoyer will directly benefit our Southern Maryland region. Here's a snapshot of some of the key initiatives. $912,000 for Lifestyles Day Homeless Center Improvement Project. $963,000 for Kennedy Krager Institute's Changing the Trajectory of Delinquency and Violence, and $1,616,279 for the Brandywine Road Bridge replacement. There's also $450,000 allocated for the Bryan's Road Interceptor Phase 2 project and $450,000 for the Ordnance Road Detention Facility Reentry Program, and many more. These investments aim to address immediate community needs and foster long-term growth stability. Congressman Hoyer has stated he looks forward to collaborating with the community in the coming years to continue addressing the district's evolving needs. This funding doesn't just make a financial boost for specific projects, it's a testament to Congressman Hoyer's dedication to building a stronger and more resilient Maryland. And now, on to you, Jackie, for commercial happenings and events for our local businesses. Take it away, Jackie.
Thanks so much, Yvette. Some upcoming events you may not want to miss out on, such as these events with the SBDC. How to get found, Wednesday, March 14th, starting at 1 o'clock. Registration deadline is tomorrow by 4 p.m. This event is about search engine optimization. In this incredibly educational webinar, you will cover essential principles to get you started. And this session will also go over some of the numerous changes that search engines like Google have made recently to help you stay ahead. And another event coming up is the 5 proven tips to elevate your networking game. That's on March 20th at 11 a.m. In this workshop, you'll learn how to create the ideal elevator pitch, discovering how to communicate your value proposition in a way that will stick in the minds of potential customers, and strategic follow up techniques. Master the follow up to transform one time encounters into enduring partnerships. Also, learn how to navigate virtual spaces, gain mastery over virtual events and online platforms. You will learn to create a strong network and recognize the essential tactics for growing your professional network. And learn to overcome social phobia, acquiring useful advice to be able to handle social situations, even if you're an introvert. And on the following day after that, you may want to attend Overcoming Your Growth Inhibitors for Your Business, which is on March 21st at 1 o'clock. Join in for a thought-provoking session as you explore the subject of overcoming your growth inhibitors. It is understood that each company is distinct and that no two problems are the same and can be solved in the same way. However, certain recurring motifs come up repeatedly. These are the impediments to advancement that have been recognized by the Spark Business Institute. And another session that you may not want to miss out on is how to use chatbots to automate email campaigns. That's on March 25th at 1 o'clock. In this class, you will learn how to utilize Chat GPT, Claude 2, Google Bard, Google Sheets, GMass, and Gmail to automate email marketing campaigns as a business owner. Chatbots can be used to track results, send emails at the appropriate time, and personalize them. The Maryland SBDC link will be placed in the chat if you are interested in attending any of these free webinar sessions. Now, join the Chamber and network with other businesses through these monthly events. Calvert County Chamber Connect, March 14th at 5 o'clock, located and hosted by Dugan McKenzie Longmore LLC, Harrow Lane, Suite 102 in Prince Frederick. And attend the Charles County Chamber 101 and meet the president, March 19th at 11 a.m. at the Charles County Chamber of Commerce on 303 Charles Street, Suite 100 in La Plata, Maryland. Or join the St. Mary's County Chamber for their Business After Hours networking event Wednesday, March 27th at 5 p.m. at Above Par Golf and Entertainment on Point Lookout Road in Leonardtown, Maryland. To register for these and view other events with your local chamber, the chamber links will be placed in the chat for your convenience, and you may want to look at other events coming up as well. Now, on to some upcoming job fairs. Businesses, April 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Tri-County Council for Southern Maryland, in partnership with the College of Southern Maryland, is hosting the Southern Maryland #TCCS&D Get Hired Construction and Trades Job Fair. This free event is being held at the College of Southern Maryland Center for Trades and Energy Training in Hughesville. Business registration is open. We've also opened the job seeker registration as well. So if you're a business in need, you may want to register as soon as possible. We are welcoming not just construction and trades, but also manufacturing and transportation. So we have already some businesses that have signed up. So please sign up as soon as you can because spaces are expected to fill up quickly. I will make sure that information is in the chat for you to register. Also, we want to let all our Southern Maryland businesses know that the 13th annual Southern Maryland #TCCS&D Get Hired hiring event is on May 15th from starting at 10 o'clock. It goes all day till 3. Registration for this event is expected to open up soon, so you'll be getting more information. If you want to get on the list and you just want to email us, just email us at besteam@tccsnd.org. We'll be sure. We're going to be sending it out anyway, but we'll be sure to send you a personal email as soon as registration opens. Now on to some commercial happenings. The Planning Board has approved the Charlotte Hall Sheets. The St. Mary's County Planning Commission's approval of the convenience store and gas station's concept plan was a significant milestone in the development of the sheets in Charlotte Hall. The concept plan was approved by the planning board subject to two requirements: an additional 22 parking spaces, and any state and county mandated road upgrades must be completed concurrently with the granting of the certificate of occupancy. The sheets will be situated just south of the Charlotte Hall VA clinic. And in other commercial happenings, O'Reilly Auto Parts has now been added to the tenant list for that Charlotte Hall Commons project. Also, Annie's Southern Kitchen is projected to open up this month. They will be located on Strauss Avenue in Indian Head. And with that, I would like to pass it over to my colleague, Salor Magley, and CEO with the Charles County Chamber of Commerce. Over to you, Salorm.
Thank you, Jackie. And for our interview today, we welcome Kathy Guzman, President and CEO of the Charles County Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, Salome. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning to Yvette. Happy Tuesday, the day after our time change. So hopefully everybody is kind of regulated with their schedule a little bit.
Hope so as well. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
And also bringing us impactful information about the chamber.
Sure.
So Kathy, I know previously, well, you recently became the chamber president, and in your previous role as a manager, you made excellent contribution. Now in your leadership, I'm sure you might have some excellent ideas or perhaps some changes within the chamber. So could you provide us with an overview of your role now and perhaps also the chamber?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what you're referring to is from February 22 to March of 2023, I was the member services manager for the Charles County Chamber of Commerce, where I was responsible for reaching out to local businesses, engaging them into, the chamber, events, things of that nature for growth and retention, as well as, running a couple of our, volunteer chamber committees. From there, I was able to go to the College of Southern Maryland for a couple of months, hone some skills in leadership, and was asked to come back as the president and CEO, and officially started October 23rd, 2023. So it's been an interesting year last year. And the reason I was able, to come back and fulfill this role is they saw that I am mission driven. The statement or the mission statement of the Charles County Chamber is that we generate prosperity through promotion, advocacy, and education for our members. And I want to go a little bit further, not just for our members, but for our community at large and then our region. So my role as the Charles County Chamber president is to make sure that we are, laser focused on that mission, that, we're all encompassing, organization where different wings can come in, and we're kind of the center hub. Along with my board of directors, I also have a paid staff member, Marie Dominich, who is my operations manager. There's so many, pieces and legs of the chamber to make this engine work. So again, that's kind of, my overview. The overview of my role is just to make sure that it's a well-oiled machine.
Fantastic. And we appreciate, the chamber being a voice for our businesses and also the community at large. Now, how has the chamber been supporting local businesses, especially considering economic challenges now?
Sure. So we'd like to, try to put, the pandemic kind of in our rearview mirror, but the fact still remains is the effects are still here. In addition, costs are rising, no matter, what you're looking at, whether it's gas, whether it's food, whether it's childcare, costs are rising. And what we're finding, at the chamber is, people are looking for multiple streams of income. And so, they're starting their own businesses along with, their full-time job. So what we're able to do, to support them, number one, when they become a chamber member, is they get their very own webpage. And that's fueled by the 550 other members. So the SEO or the search engine optimization, it drives it up if somebody happens to be looking for a service, through their Google search. In addition, I want to say 99% of the chamber events are open to everyone, with exception of our fundraising events. Those those are either low cost or no cost. And the majority of them are no cost to our members. So again, it's the initial investment that they put in, that they pay yearly. So we're able to support them by providing those networking events, offering them a website, giving them a place, to upload information. And our networking events have been proven to be, I guess, so successful that we are now no less than 100 people at each of our events. We even had to take a break for March because it just got to be, so much, just a lot to maintain. So, like I said, post pandemic, people are looking, to get out a little bit more, speak face to face, with others. And we kind of take that veil of fear off because we kind of put everybody, in a nice, comfortable situation, where food and drinks are flowing and the conversation is going. And we provide that atmosphere for intentional conversations and intentional, partnerships. Everyone will always see me running around, place to place. I have the easy job. I just have to listen and figure out what you do, and I connect you to the next person. So that's that's how we're able to support you. Is we're that that feel good place where it's like because running a business is scary. I mean, life is scary, but running a business, you have that extra layer. We're able to like I said, provide that comfort for local business owners, organizations, everyone at large, just kind of bring them all together, so they can move forward whatever direction and whatever stage of their business they're in.
Excellent. And you did touch on as far as people wanting to start their businesses and also being a chamber member, their support for small businesses, which brings me right to the next question. Yeah. Now, in what ways does the chamber support small businesses and entrepreneurs?
In Charles County, so again, you have that layer of fear. You have, people who do their thing well, but they don't know how to run the business. So again, like I said, we're kind of sometimes that first step of, okay, where do I go? When I'm able, to open my, for I don't know how many young people are out there, but the older crowd will know my Rolodex. Depending on, what their needs are they looking for grants? Are they looking for, funding, for a small business loan? Are they looking, for permitting information? There's just so many things that are needed that, I'm able to kind of be, that first step and point them in the right direction. I always like to say that the chamber, when people call me or if they call Marie, I might not have all the information that's needed, but I'm going to, point you to the person that has the correct information. Because again, when you think government in any form, like I said, whether it's permits, whether it's applying for grants, it's kind of scary. So we provide that, that warm and fuzzy, environment. And when you make that connection on that end, it kind of, lessens that fear a little bit.
And it's wonderful that they can have that support to lessen that fear. So looking ahead, what are the most significant business opportunities available here within the Charles County?
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, as Yvette and as Jackie, we're talking about, the significant, growth numbers. Right. The money is here. When I tell you, when that report came out that, Charles County, was the wealthiest majority, county in the nation, right. It kind of opened everybody's eyes up to, oh, okay. So from there, we were already starting, to gain that steam. We don't, you don't get that designation economically overnight. It's something right. that built up steam. So now that we're here and we have that stronghold, now people can say, oh, this is where, the money is. So again, with the chamber, again, like I said, we have our website, we have our networking events. People usually, like I said, come to us first, if you will, and right. then they seek out the information. So the most significant business opportunities, it's endless. If there is one word that I can wrap it up, it is definitely endless. Our population and economic possibilities here, whatever you can think of. And people say, well, that already exists, whatever they do well. When you go to a bread counter or when people go down the bread aisle, I think of, myself when I go shop for makeup, how many, varieties, of lipstick, and mascara. You just never know. Take that leap. The money is definitely here. The pockets are here. Let's make it a point, for Charles County, and I know you guys are Tri-County, so I'm going to say regional. Search for opportunities where you can be, supporting, all of Southern Maryland, with your dollars. Not to say that our outside, counties and entities are not, important. But again, where you lay your head, you want to make sure that that community thrives.
Absolutely. And indeed, Charles County is a growing business hub and also a thriving community. And of course, the more businesses that we have, the better here as well. Now, what advice would you give to a business is looking to relocate or establish, themselves here, Charles County?
Absolutely. So, along with partnering, with you, with the Tri-County Council, we also have strong partnerships with the Southern Business Development Center that is housed over at the College of Southern Maryland. That's a regional, when I say regional, Southern Maryland, Charles, St. Mary's, and Calvert, regional facility where they have either no or low cost solutions for those who want to start a business or who are looking to even lay out a business plan. It's like where do I start? So again, that's one of our stronger partners over there with Win Briscoe and Bill Hitty. In addition, we also partner with Charles County Economic Development, where they have so many different wings where we have experts in each of their fields, whether it be the commercial building, whether it be business and retention management, whether it's information and resources for the WMBE, the enterprises, the women and minority owned business enterprises. There's somebody in that department that's able to lead you there. But that's where I would definitely start, because you're going to want to find out, all right, number one, is this even a good fit for me in this community, with my business? Looking at that data, there's just data all over the place. So let's start, from the horse's mouth. And that usually comes from our economic development department. And then from there, opportunities, if we're looking for working from home or looking for, a brick and mortar, situation, that's where the SBDC can come in again and, give you more guidance on how to do that. Where the chamber comes in is, like I said, we're that connector, to get people there. And it's like, okay, from there, you need consumers, you need people, to purchase your product or, to take advantage of your services. That's where, like I said, we kind of bridge that gap. They can help you get started, make, I guess, lay the groundwork, if you will, and we're able to keep that train going, for you.
And that is an excellent advice, especially for businesses, perhaps even startups, and just being able to connect with SBDC that offers low to free business solutions. It's wonderful. So it's good that you share that.
One thing I always like to piggyback on, it's I can send you there. It's that old saying, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You always have to make sure that, the advice that I give to them as well is when you seek out the advice from economic development, from SBDC, from Tri-County Council, any of these entities, is to actually do the work as well. We understand it's scary. We get it. We understand, everybody's, kind of, stretched thin, but you got to just keep moving and make sure that, you follow each one of those steps. And it's not going to, this isn't magic, at all. It's like I said, we know what you do well. But again, running that business piece of it, where it no longer becomes a hobby and you want this to be, a part of your income, to create, your personal wealth or create generational wealth, you have to be patient and you have to follow, the guidelines. We are experts and professionals in our field, for a reason. So I just, I would say the easy way is never it. Lots of paperwork, lots of heartache. But at the end, when you persist, again, and continue to use this as a resource and don't give up. And I know we were talking about, the success stories or the testimonials. I think that's where we're going to segue into is Zen Wellness Studio. Janine Horn, who did just that. She has had a mobile service. She is a registered nurse, but did beauty services, also yoga,
Right.
as well as the vitamin infusion, things of that nature. So she came to me. We actually met in a Starbucks
Mhm.
last January or February of 2023. After economic development referred her over to me to say, okay, we gave her some resources, passing the baton over to the chamber. What's next?
Right.
And I gave her a list. Again, first I listened because again, so you listen. I also like to call myself the business matchmaker, if you will, between personalities and and business types. So I listened to her. I'm like, okay, this is who you need to contact. This is this. I gave her, I want to say, at least five things to do. And she was working another job at the time, and for whatever reason the contract didn't renew, and it kind of forced her to move forward in her purpose of
Mhm.
for Zen Wellness Studio. And I
Right.
am happy to say that not only did Janine follow every single guideline, and was again timid like anybody else. This is nothing um, that's rare.
Right.
But she followed my advice. She followed economic development's advice. She followed the advice of others who I passed her off to. And we celebrated her ribbon cutting of her studio last month. So
Wonderful.
again, she had it moved from a mobile location to a physical location. So again, that's one of the testimonials for people who've benefited from the chamber's programs or services.
Right.
I take what I do seriously. I want to see people thrive, and to know that people can take the advice or not. But when you actually take the advice and move forward on it, I'm able to do your ribbon cutting, from a conversation at the coffee house, to
Correct.
ribbon cutting. That's definitely one of my favorite success stories.
Right. And Kathy, you shared a lot of wonderful information, and I'm sure there's so many entrepreneurs and
Yeah.
perhaps businesses out there that are seeking to connect with you. Now, how will they be able to find the Chamber of Commerce,
Yeah,
Charles County Chamber of Commerce, if they need them?
absolutely. Go to our website, charlescountychamber.org. You're able to click on, you're able to email me, Kathy, Kathy, at charlescountychamber.org. And I'll let your facilitators, type that in the address as well. And that's the best way to reach me, because in my email tag, I have now, thanks to my operations manager, I'm able to create a link. And when you click on that link, you can set up an appointment with me. And that way we can, chat one-on-one, and we have, a virtual, 30-minute conversation. Nice, short and sweet. You tell me, what it is, that you're looking for. I make that, those intentional connections for you. And then just, like I said, you take it from there. We continue to pass that baton in this relay race.
Excellent. And folks, there you have it. And you've also heard from the president and CEO of the Charles County Chamber of Commerce, Kathy Guzman. Kathy, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this wonderful information with our business audience.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And on May 1st, Wednesday, May 1st at Swan Point Country Club. We are at Swan Point Yacht and Country Club. We're going to be holding our 57th annual golf tournament. That's one of our fundraisers. And again, our fundraisers are super important to the chamber, because it helps, keep that engine going each day. And, when we fundraise, that means that the low cost or no cost opportunities and as far as networking events and resources, those savings get passed on to you. So thank you so much, Salorm. Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Yvette, for having me this morning.
Thank you. And I have to say, in regards to the fundraising event, it's not all about fundraising, but you do have a bit of fun networking.
Oh, a bit. That's an understatement, right?
I would say perhaps even more than that. So
absolutely.
It's a really fun environment, and you get to network with other business professionals as well. So
thing.
Yeah, it'll be good for you to check it out. And Kathy, again, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay. And folks, this brings us to the end of our newscast for today. Please tune in to our next newscast on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month. If you need any more information, feel free to reach out to us. And also, as far as any business resources, or perhaps if you have an idea that you'd like to start a business, okay, reach out to Kathy Guzman at the Charles County Chamber of Commerce for more information. And again, thank you all for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.